Who's going to control this uncontrollable president?
Apparently no one. There's no White House press briefing scheduled for today. Of course, this comes as three sources telling Bloomberg News about that private meeting with President Trump and lawmakers earlier this week, where he referred to countries like Haiti, El Salvador, and other African nations as quote-unquote expletive countries. I mean, Martin Luther King Day is on Monday. This is the eve of the 300,000 folks who were devastated by the Haitian earthquake. The Haitian government officials are demanding a meeting with White House officials because they're nervous that there's going to be protests. I mean, just think about this for a second. A country devastated by an earthquake is worried that the comments of the President of the United States of America are going to spark protests.
What is the response in the White House? What you're really good at, Kevin, is, and you don't see this, folks, off camera, but he actually puts in longer than a 3-hour working day. Kevin, what is the backstory at the White House? I mean, I want to go to this MMR in a minute, but Kevin, what is the response just over the last 8 hours?
They're completely, no words for their level of frustration at all. Frustration's an understatement.
Yeah, it is extraordinary, Kevin. I mean, I almost had a sharp intake of breath when you were about to say what I thought was the expletive that, of course, we all know what it is, that there's no press briefing scheduled. Could we see something next week, or is it going to take something? I mean, how far does this have to go to get some sort of reaction, public reaction?
Naira, I mean, for folks watching around the world, I mean, most Americans have the day off on Monday in honoring of Martin Luther King Day. I think back to when I covered the response to the Charlottesville protest and the press conference that President Trump gave at Trump Tower in New York City following, that Charlottesville. So, I mean, when we're going to hear from the president himself, right now remains to be seen, because right now there's no public event scheduled where we would have an opportunity from the President of the United States about his comments.